All right, so looks like we had that price swing as expected just before noontime yesterday, right? We have this like decline and then turns around and rallies back to critical resistance. That would have been the trade right there, that quick day trade. Looks like we hit the low as expected. So we've hit a low for the month. We hit it again today, slightly lower even, but pretty much the same. And we should see it again one more time tomorrow. I think if it's not a lower low, if it's the same low, okay, but if it's a lower low, then this will be the ideal moment to get out. Either way, this will be an ideal moment to get out of short position here in the morning on the 21st. We should see move higher here. I'd be surprised if we went down from here. We should move higher based on the Aeon card. See, the low was made irrelevant based on the chart behavior after, which was to rally back. That's why we have a nullified Ace of Discs. Sorry. That'll be tomorrow. Even so, the low yesterday made irrelevant. Interesting. This is a new indicator here that I added to my bag of goodies. It indicates, it's specific to like if you're in a straddle or a strangle and you've made money in one direction. This little reverse clairvoyant anchor indicates to get rid of the losing side of that shit, like a winning straddle strangle. If you've got the profits from the one side, get rid of the other side. Which, I mean, you would normally do if you were just a normal technical trader, but somebody who's able to time the market utilizing tarot isn't going to want to. They could play, but they can make money with both legs in most cases. I remember there was one Mercury retrograde where we had like record-breaking volatility. I'll find the photo. I have a photo of it, but there was record-breaking volatility moving into this Mercury retrograde, and I just kept putting on vertical call spread or put spreads. Excuse me, vertical put spreads, but I was putting them on one leg at a time, and basically I was getting paid to put on these vertical put spreads that if they would expire in the money would make money, but I was getting paid to have an opportunity to make money. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. And you're not really supposed to be able to do that. Like if you believe you can't time, then you wouldn't want to be trying to time, right? But you can time, so of course you should try and figure it out. They don't want you to know you can time. That's why you hear it like 10,000 times a week on CNBC. You can't time the market. You can't time the market. They want you to believe that because they cannot time the market, literally. They want you to believe that because they can't time the market. My friends, we do it every day here. So if you're just hopping on, guys, we were just kind of going through the last couple days. So on the 19th, this was that price swing in the morning of the like late morning of the 19th. A little bit earlier than maybe I would have expected, but even so, that's exactly what we're looking for. This decline from a brief peak that's easily missed. We had this decline to a support level, and then decline to support level, and then another decline, right? And so this decline, the Ace of Cups, offered opportunity to open up a long position for a really quick day trade, right? And we indicated that we'd want to close out of that long position when we'd have a reversal, we'd rally back, and we'd want to exit that long position when we hit a critical resistance level. Pretty solid resistance level on more than one day. Right, it's all of this, really. But in any case, we had a low yesterday. We had a low today, here and here. Right, we have the indication of the low for the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. So we're looking to get out here from the short position here in the morning. And this is a new reverse clairvoyant anchor that I added to my bag of anchors, I guess you could call it, my scrying bag. This one literally indicates. Didn't have my do not disturb on. So this reverse clairvoyant anchor indicates, like in a lot of, this is what I was talking about with the straddle and the strangle. So in a lot of cases we'll put on a leg at a time in the midst of volatility to create like a really juicy straddle or strangle, and we'll make money in both directions timing it correctly. But there are cases where it makes sense to get out after making money in one direction. It makes sense to get out, and that's what you would do normally with a straddle or strangle. You get a big move in one direction, you close both legs for a profit, right? So this would be a case where we'd want to exit out of a losing leg. We'd want to close out of a losing leg of a position here in the morning when closing out of this put. So basically closing the calls and the puts for a profit is the idea. New local high on the 22nd. So on the 22nd, notable move to the upside, it looks like there, to reach for a distant resistance level. Trade opportunity tomorrow as expected. It's in the midst of a... This cat's meowing, so I gotta go get the cat real quick, but... Okay, buddy. There's a notable move there. What's up, little guy? Don't walk on my keyboard, though, okay? I'm walking on my keyboard, don't slice. I apologize in advance. The cat that I'm watching likes to walk right across the computer screen. It's a very cute cat, though. Has no hair. Still cute as hell. Well behaved. Alright, so 22nd, there's that move higher. Oh, and there's that Aeon card. For whatever reason, I don't have that highlighted. Jeez, what is going on here? Let me highlight that in. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Tarot for Traders, we have color codes to indicate information, because what we're trying to do is create a way to visually see a pattern with all this extra information. So color codes and shapes have a lot of, they basically indicate specific things. And so the light blue, these are cross correlation connection, or cross correlation. So these cards correlate to the 1 month, and it'll say what it correlates to. So the Emperor card, right? When we look at the 1 month for December, we have the Emperor card here on the 23rd. What I missed was right here, and this should be not translucent because it's actually the card. By that I mean it's the same day. Oh wait, no, it's the Aeon card. Never mind. I was correct. Sorry, guys. But there's a notable move there, it looks like. Yeah, like a bunch of upward stuff going on. Hey, Raymond. I would sell probably first thing, but let me... Yeah, I would sell first thing in the morning. It looks like we're probably going to revisit, rather than have a lower low, we're probably going to revisit the same low that we hit the last 2 days. So I would get out of those puts in the midst of that early in the morning. There might be like, we might look at it and be like, oh man, I could have made more money if I waited an hour, but I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it. So excited. I'm already into February as well. I'm working on February's S&P. Look at this. February. February's all marked up and everything ready to record, so we're getting ahead here, trying to get as far ahead as I can before retrograde hits. It's annoying to start just to end and start the year in a retrograde when I'm like normally would be doing all of this extra work. It's really frustrating. It's going to limit how many good readings I put out in the first month of the year. Really, all of my 1 year should be out by the first month of the year, but like I'm not going to be able to put as many out as I want because of retrograde. It really annoys the out of me. Yeah, see, we had that move higher as expected. We should push the upper end of the range. What do we got? We got a half hour left. We may, although there's a correlation here, matter of factly, there's a correlation. The orange indicates a correlation to the failure card. So matter of fact, we may have an, Yeah, okay, because I was looking at the wrong day when I said push upper end of a range. So really, what we have here is this pop and drop. We successfully turned resistance into new support here right around the close. But there's an indication in this orange correlation to the theme card being the failure card, so a decline through multiple support levels. However, it also correlates to the high, so it may indicate that we see another high for the day here at the end, and then a decline off of that high for the day overnight and into here. Yeah, it probably makes sense to go long there, to open up a long position in the morning as well. Looks like a price swing at the end of the day tomorrow too. Rallying higher, meet a peak or crest there, and then we decline hard, and then we push back up to the upside. So like 2 price swings there in the last 3 hours or so. And this card does indicate that there's a resistance level that's highlighted. In a lot of cases, this card will end up roughly the same price level that we started. Not always, though. Yeah, and then I'd close out of that long position there midday. Okay, so we may have, it's difficult to determine where the high is, but it's looking to me like we probably have the high here at the end of the day. Well, hard to say. But there's that, see, we've got this truce card which we had here, so we'll probably see whatever this price level, this resistance level that comes in important on the 21st. We should see it at the end of the day on the 22nd at some point, maybe. That's what'll happen a lot when you have these repeating cards in sequential order. Or in consecutive readings, I should say. Anything you guys want me to take a look at? Let me know if you guys want me to take a look at anything. I'm just working on February's S&P monthly. Do I have an opinion on it, as in like what price level do I think will reach between now and, like, the highest price level will reach between now and the end of the year? It's hard to say because it looks like we have a low first thing in the morning on the 27th, and then we push higher significantly. There's probably like a high here somewhere. But I would be exiting the long position the very next day, Raymond. Probably midday. Let me take a look. Yeah, midday. Interesting. I wonder if it'll be the same crest that we sell off on the 21st and the 22nd. It's in the same time frame, even time window. That would be interesting to see. But point is that you'll wanna close out of the puts and open up a long position. Close that long position midday on the 22nd. Exit the long position on the 22nd, yeah. You're welcome, Raymond. Just follow that rule of karma, my friend. That's all that really counts, you know? I'm sure you will. I guess that was the only one. Okay. Alright guys, so for those of you that have just hopped on, we're talking about, so we should be seeing a notable decline first off, guys. Just to be clear, we have this like pop and drop here, right? We have a pop and drop, and that's indicated by the correlation to the failure card indicated in orange highlight. So off of this move to the upside, this pop, now we should successfully turn resistance into new support around the close. So this would be considered around the close, last 10 minutes-ish. But definitively moving lower to revisit a support level that was recently a past opportunity there in the post market. And then tomorrow morning, we were holding on in case we go to a lower low tomorrow morning, but my sense is that it'll probably just be a revisiting of the low that we hit the previous 2 days. We hit it on the 20th, we hit it on the 19th. Both were days that we had already predetermined as having the lowest low for the month. Bang, bang. But in any case, so you're looking to exit the short position tomorrow for a nice profit first thing in the morning. If you entered into a straddle or strangle, you'd likely want to get out of that long position, like close the short and the long position there, as long as it's for a profit. The long position should be at a loss if it's a straddle or strangle, but the gains from the short position should outweigh the loss from the long position, and you sell both positions. So that's what's indicated to do here by this new anchor, reverse clairvoyant anchor that I've added to the mix. It's also a good time to, and it's possible that first thing in the morning that there'd be a lower price level than first thing in the morning, but it would be prudent to do that, to get out first thing in the morning, like not risk it. Here you go, guys. See, now we're going back down. It's like a pop and drop, but this would be a good entry point for a long position as well. A new long position, not like the old one. What I would say here is, like, if it wasn't a big enough move, if you're in a straddle or strangle and it wasn't a big enough move to the downside, I would sell the short side and then double down on the long end, close the long end the following day. But I would still open up a new long position here first thing in the morning, and we're looking to close that the very next day, midday. It's important to point out we have the satiety card here in both days. It may be the same price level that we sell off from. It's possible. It's not always the case, but it may be. We also have the truce card here. So some correlation, correlations for price levels, indications of price levels that may be important. And my friends, when you make that money, please make sure you follow that rule of karma. The channel needs your help. The universe needs your help. The more you put out there, the better the world is for everybody. Like attracts like. So you put something out into the world, and others will too. So what I'm doing right now is I'm indicating the there's relationships. So these are timeline cards. Each one of these cards going horizontally represents a trading day in the month, and then these cards that aren't horizontal, they're like kind of like aloof a little bit here, or adjacent is a word to use, but those are what we call significator or correlator cards, and where there's a relationship on the timeline to those correlation cards, it indicates what will transpire around that time. That's how we time it. And believe it or not, guys, that's a cutting edge way to time utilizing tarot. No, it didn't exist not only for the stock market, but it didn't exist in tarot. Like, that is a brand new way to time something, and you can utilize the system of timing to get down to like the smallest, nittiest, grittiest. Like, you could do by the minute. You can make each one of these cards a minute. I don't recommend that. It's a lot of work. Hey, Caroline. Docu and Disney. Alright, let's see here. So, like, for the rest of the week. There's going to be quite a bit of volatility there. Towards the end of the week, like on Friday, it looks like there's an opportunity to open up a long position in Disney. But I'm advised to be cautious tomorrow in Disney. Prudence card came up. Multiple false tops or multiple false bottoms, something like that. And then for Docu, so tomorrow something like a holding pattern with a pop and drop. Looks like we may meet an important support on the following day for Docu, and then there's a rally along diagonal trend line breaking through horizontal resistance. I got the same card on Friday, the Ace of Cups for both of them. I got the Ace of Cups. That's interesting. So we should have a notable decline there, offering opportunity to open up a long position. And what do you want to bet? We got a similar thing on the December monthly. Okay, well, it's not the Ace of Cups per se, but it's the trade is related to the Tower card, and in a lot of cases, the Emperor indicates like an important support level where we have like a foundation. Yeah, so like that would be an opportunity. What is it? Docu and Disney, right? Docu and Disney, both opportunity on Friday to open up a long position, but it's looking pretty choppy for both of them throughout the week. And then for the 21st, so I'll run through what we're doing as far as trades. All right, so we saw on both the 19th and the 20th, we saw this low. Right, we had it here on the 19th, we have it here on the 20th. We should see it again in the morning of the 21st. And that's where we would want to exit out of a put position. Or if you're in a straddle or strangle and it's profitable to the short side, you'd want to close out at the straddle or strangle there. But this is where you'd take profits on the short position and then open up a long position. It may be a little early to do it first thing in the morning, but that's what I would recommend, because why risk it? You got the devil card there, like that can really trip you up. And then you want to open up a long position when you close that short position, and that long position you would close midday on the 22nd. Overall, it looks like we're likely bullish. We're pretty bullish on the 21st into the 22nd. That's interesting. See this? We're going to have a move that continues. You got the Aeon card here at the end of the day on the 21st. It continues into the pre-market on the 22nd. And we're going to want to close out of the long position that we opened here in the morning on the 21st. We'll want to close out of it around this Satiety card midday. And do it quickly because there's like this brief high that will be easily missed. But that's another thing that's also interesting is that we have the Satiety card here. We have it here again. It may be the same crest that we sell off from, but maybe not because this rally does continue. But that's what we're looking at as far as trades. And then it gets a little tricky. But hopefully hopefully I answered that clear for you. I'll just point out, guys, when we were here, I was like, all right, well, we should be going higher. We should see like a pop and drop. We should go higher from here. If any technical trader would be expecting this to go lower, they wouldn't expect the RSI to turn around right there and go all the way back up. But it did. It did a pop and drop right there. Thank you, Raymond. Anything else you guys want me to take a look at before I roll? I got a bunch of readings I'm going to get done tonight. All right, I'm going to grab a drink as usual or fill up my water. All right, Raymond, have a good night. I'll be back to answer any last questions in a minute. Alright, my friends, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow that rule of karma. Super important for the universe, super important for me and the channel.